Comment?
May I go? Good evening, Council, Mayor McKen. I'm Kelly Sawyer. I'm a resident of Newport Beach, and I am here also in regards to the rally that was held at I Heart Puppies. I have sent a few emails with concerns. What I want to present with you today are USDA reports. These are legal agency documents of the breeders that she is supplying Newport Beach citizens and our very highly valued loyal patrons that visit our city. I will just go ahead and start with the facts. Sanborn Kennels, one of her suppliers, is a constant repeat violation with the USDA. And the Animal Welfare Act. Conditions that were found in violation: there is a female Maltese that is observed to have a neck injury that has caused the entire head to tilt left permanently. There is also female Chihuahua that has abnormal bone structure of its limbs. The front legs are severely turned inward when the animal is standing. Abnormal physical structure of the animals results in further discomfort and health complications. There are two female Yorkshire Terriers that are observed to have coat loss. This, I believe, I addressed to you specifically in the email. I own a puppy mill Survivor, and after complete checkup, he still was carrying 2 human contagions per CDC, Giardia and sarcoptic mange. This specifically is an indication that these animals could be carrying similar diseases. Mange causes permanent baldness, and Giardia my largest concern is for the children that are buying and holding these puppies, can severely make a child ill and possibly kill a child with a compromised immune system. These have to be specifically tested for. They are not. When the animals come into our city, these animals, the previous conditions, those are genetic congenital malformations. And these are the parents of the puppies that are being sold up in Corona del Mar. She is passing them off as non-puppy mill puppies or from USDA. These are USDA licensed facilities, and they're in constant violation. She is saying she doesn't buy from puppy mills. We have the evidence. I have 3 pages. Another breeder of hers tied up the USDA violation. She tied up a golden retriever to a pole and shot it in the head. That is both against USDA regulation, Animal Welfare Act, and Nebraska, for which the crime occurred. Okay, I'll tie up real quick. The nursery, the building that is the nursery, 87 puppies. While the inspector was inspecting the facility, the stinging, the ammonia was so severe. Ammonia is caused by buildup of urine. It was so severe, it was stinging upper respiratory and ocular discomfort.
Ma'am,
that affects
your time is up.
127 animals. All right.
Okay.
I just urge you to look into this matter. It's not responsible to be supplying our citizens or our patrons with these sick, maladapted animals. It's cruel, and I just urge you to look into this matter for us. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. Do we have any other public comment?
Mayor Henn, distinguished members of the City Council, my name is Robin Kohler. I am a Corona del Mar resident, and I'm here tonight to discuss the issue of puppies for sale. Retail stores, eventually as more citizens of Newport Beach find out and become educated about the truth of where these puppies are coming from, the outcry, it's going to grow. Towns and counties all over this nation are already banning the sales of puppies. Orange County shelters, as you know, are jam-packed, full of unwanted puppies and kittens, and they all, 99% of them, come from puppy mills. The Humane Society, all these animal places will agree. Citizens and constituents, I don't believe, will knowingly support cruelty. And when they find out that they're being defrauded, I think that they're really going to be upset. These people say that they are giving these animals homes forever. No one can guarantee that any pet that they sell will have a home forever. They can't guarantee that it will be spayed or neutered. If that claim were even remotely true, we wouldn't have shelters around this nation that are jam-packed. Orange County rescue groups are scrambling to save and find homes for thousands of animals every day, and trash bins are overflowing with unwanted animals. Now, with this in mind, we have to consider the increasing costs to taxpayers to build and staff these facilities, to hold, medically treat, feed, and euthanize hundreds of thousands of animals that are unwanted. Since January 2008, California has spent over $897 million to do just that. And they have killed almost 2 million unwanted animals. 25 to 30% of these are pure breed animals, and at one time someone did purchase these animals with the intention of giving them a forever home. What could California do with an extra $897 million? They could put that towards education for our children. We could have additional payroll for police and fire departments instead of the furloughs that many, many towns and governments are implementing across our state. Allowing additional outlets that sell animals only adds to the burden of an already overburdened system and overburdened taxpayers. It significantly contributes to the number of animals that will likely end up in shelters. It is simply not fiscally responsible. In Albuquerque, New Mexico, they banned the sale of dogs and cats. And 2 stores in that city that sold dogs and cats now work with rescues. Their total euthanation rates decreased 32%. Adoptions increased 23%, and intakes decreased 6%.
Ma'am, will you be finishing shortly?
I will be finishing. So on the flip side, stores that convert to a humane model eventually do save the towns and cities monies. So I really, really ask you to consider ordinance and banning the sale of dogs and cats in Newport Beach. Thanks.
Let us know what's on your mind.
Good evening, City Council members. My name is Dave Simon. I'm an attorney. I work in Irvine. I live in Costa Mesa. I'd like to encourage the City Council to consider passing an ordinance similar to that which the Irvine City Council recently passed, which bans the sale of dogs and cats in retail stores. The Irvine City Council members who considered and passed this ordinance are not hippies. They're not skipping around throwing flowers. They're responsible, sober businessmen and women just as you are. And after months of consideration on this issue, they came to the determination that it's simply not reasonable and it's not fair to the animals to ship animals from breeders 2,000 miles away in the Midwest, a practice which can contribute to the deaths of up to 40% of the animals, and then confine them in cages while they await sale in local stores. In the course of considering this ordinance, the Irvine City Council also considered the protestations of the owner of the Soul Pet store in Irvine, who said that all of his animals come from, quote, responsible breeders. And I'd like to address that briefly. The ASPCA finds that responsible breeders are those who breed animals in their homes, so that breeders who breed animals commercially by the hundreds in an environment in which the mothers never leave their cages, many of the animals are denied veterinary care and are denied the ability to socialize with each other and with humans, are not responsible. So, I know it's not on the agenda tonight. I'd like to provide it as something to think about. The City of Irvine did take this important action very recently, and a number of interested people in the community would love to see this momentum continue, and I'd love to see Newport Beach take a similar and responsible and historic stand. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hi, good evening, council members and Mayor Henn. My name is Kelly Sawyer. I'm a native taxpayer of Newport Beach. These photos you see before you are government photos taken by USDA inspectors. of commercial breeders supplying puppies to pet stores and can be found in the scathing 69-page report of the Inspector General published May 2010. These are the parents and living conditions of pet store puppies. These are pictures of many of the same USDA violations I have read to you from legal USDA reports of breeders supplying puppies to Newport Beach. Please take a good look at them. We have obtained more evidence from violations currently and continuously taking place in the pet stores of Newport Beach, which have officially been reported to the proper agencies.
Is there anyone else that wishes to make a public comment?
Yes. My name is Amy David. I am, too, speaking on the behalf of the pet stores and breeders. I Heart Puppy breeder Barb Crick, whom they proudly support in the media, and it's been many different articles, has the USDA reports that have been read to the council stating the violation of Barb Crick, tying a golden retriever mother of puppies to a pole and shooting it in the head. Carcass left dangling for the USDA inspector to find. I Heart Puppies claims to work with rescues, falsely promote their image, and these are all lies. They're not actually selling rescue puppies as they are saying that they are. The Southern California Golden Retriever Rescue associate themselves or do not associate themselves with I Heart Puppies. Newport Beach citizens and patrons are told this, however, to lure them in as consumer fraud victims. Southern California Golden Retriever Rescue actually sent I Heart Puppies a letter addressed to Brooke and Suzanne. The letter states that it says, Suzanne and Brooke Bradford, the Southern California Golden Retriever Rescue was recently made aware that your store, I Heart Puppies, posts and distributes SCGR Rescue Adoption Event flyers. Respectfully, we request that your store immediately stop posting and or distributing these adoption event flyers. I Heart Puppies is in the business of selling puppy mill puppies. This practice is against that purpose. They also asked that they wish, it says here, the SCGR does not wish to be associated with your store. Its practices in support of puppy mill industry. This is there's, as you know, many puppy mills where they're just mass producing animals, and then there's people who are actually trying to save these animals, control the pet population. There's a lot of money that involves with just having the animal control picking up these animals on the road all the time, because what ends up happening to these puppy mill puppies that are sold in these stores is they end up going to the shelters or on the streets, and then it's feral cats and dogs running around. It's the shelters, animal control picking them up, and it costs money to euthanize all these animals because there's such an animal overpopulation. So like Irvine did a few weeks back, we'd just like to see that no more puppy mills. Let's get the rescues adopted and try and stop the pet population.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, council members. My name is Suzanne Bradford. My daughter Brooke and I are the owners of I Heart Puppies in Corona Del Mar, and I, like everyone in this room, I'm sure, does not like puppy mills. No one likes puppy mills. Those pictures are not where our dogs come from. We have been to our breeders. We know them personally. We pick the dogs out. They fly them to our store or drive them. And I had prepared something, but I got a little sidetracked with everything that was said tonight. I just want you to know that we are doing our best, and as far as these rescue animals, all the rescue animals that have been in our store have been provided by Valerie from Animal Control. And the letter from these rescue groups, I got those from our veterinarian, and I would think any rescue group would appreciate any advertising and help from anywhere they could get it. I look forward to providing any information that you would require to make a decision on this proposition, and would be happy to do so at that time. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Good evening, council members. My name is Alicia Koberstein. I live in Newport Coast. I used to live in Irvine. Sometimes I'd hear other residents refer to it as being almost Newport Beach, in a nod to our close neighbor's prestigious zip code. And Newport Beach truly is a wonderful place to live. I love living here. I moved here a few years ago, and I'm very proud to be a citizen of Newport. Now, as Irvine continues to garner accolades for its own high desirability among the top cities in the nation in which to live, I wonder if some Newport residents might be wishing Newport Beach would be just a little bit more like Irvine. I know I do. While Irvine has taken steps toward embracing an evolving culture of compassion, Newport continues to harbor businesses which support abject cruelty, as has been brought to your attention. And that's an ugly stain on our beautiful city. It's embarrassing to admit that our city still endorses practices which are widely held by its own residents as abhorrent, and I am talking about pet stores. The recent ban Irvine imposed on the retail sale of dogs and cats is commendable. Many other cities across the nation are moving toward this viable model of being progressive and compassionate. It would be wise for Newport Beach to follow suit. As you know, the Irvine Company has already taken the huge and admirable step of refusing to lease any of its properties to businesses which engage in the commercial sale of dogs and cats. And I'm sure they gave ample consideration to this decision and would only do so knowing that it would not hurt their sizable income and influence. In fact, it shines quite a flattering light on them. The Irvine Company has taken a noble stand on this issue. This ban wouldn't have to have an adverse effect on those who are in the business of catering to pet owners. A number of pet stores who previously sold puppies, for example, have successfully converted to a humane business model, offering only rescued animals. And there's a lot of money also to be made from the sale of all the luxury accessories which are lavished upon the pampered companion animals by discerning pet parents. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry which has seen tremendous growth in recent years as more and more people consider their animals to be legitimate members of the family and deserving of the finest lifestyle and comforts. Banning the retail sale of animals will help to put irresponsible breeders out of business, not reputable ones. It will not put RUSSO'S or Puppies or other similar retailers out of business, but it will present them with an opportunity to redesign their business to have a wider public appeal. There's a growing wave of people choosing to adopt rather than shop, and there's increasing awareness among our citizens about the reality and horrors of puppy mills. The mass breeding of dogs in deplorable conditions is a practice which is doomed due to changing tides. People would rather support humane, conscientious establishments rather than those that greedily profit from cruelty. It's happening in cities all around us. Please let Newport Beach join the ranks of the enlightened. Please take the responsible and judicious step of banning the retail sale of animals in our city. This is a worthy agenda item. Thank you, Council.
Thank you.
My name is Brenda Calvi. I'm a member of the community. I'm going to read a letter to you from an 8-year-old boy whose mother bought him a kitten on her run company property in Newport Beach. A ruthless pet experience. They are citizens of Newport Beach. He is being forced to watch his new kitten die from a fatal disease. His mother has spent thousands on veterinary bills, and that kitten has been emergency hospitalized, and today he is still forced to watch his kitten suffer and die. I'm going to read a letter from this little boy. You made my cat sick. Why did you? I'm only 8 years old. I'm going to sue you. Why did you do that? You made my cat go to the emergency room. I've been suffering for 5 days. His name is Zeke. No one is going to go there anymore. You're going to pay for the vet bills and hospital bills. I used to like this place, but now I know your secrets. His fever is up to 105.6 degrees. Wow. He almost died. And even today, the pet store refuses to return any calls and will not acknowledge this 8-year-old boy's letter sent to the store weeks ago.
You will have the support of the Humane Society of the United States, along with several organizations. In closing, I do not agree that there are more important issues in the city right now. Patrons, citizens, and taxpayers, organizations, which they will state, the souls of young children, which will be read a letter, are being victimized by unlawful and unethical profiteers of animal cruelty in our city. It is time for the city to step in and take responsibility in a role in protecting the citizens and its children. Thank you for your time, and we are looking forward to hearing from you.
Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you.